What up, G-Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit the like and all that good stuff. It's free. It don't cost anything. You help my channel get into the algorithm. I would highly appreciate it. Now, don't forget to check out my second channel, Man Society M.O.D, where we talk about stuff outside of the streets. But what I wanted to get into was a question that was asked by one of my subscribers, Alex Jones' mom. That's the name of my subscriber. He actually asked a question saying, are crash dummies considered a part of the neighborhood, a part of the gang? Are they respected, or are they a part of the group, or are they just seen as nothing but just a crash dummy? Now, depending on what kind of crash dummy we're talking about here, because, you know, there is two different versions of the slang word crash dummy. You have the crash dummy, which essentially is someone who's not from the neighborhood but kicks it with the neighborhood, but he's pretty much just used and abused, right? He's the one he's pretty much the scapegoat, you know what I mean? You kind of feed him to the wolves, right? So everyone knows that he's the scapegoat except himself. So you have that kind of crash dummy. And then you have the crash dummy, which is a homeboy who's always getting into shit, who never thinks about nothing, who always just gets caught up, always locked up, and because he does everything so recklessly and stupid, and just, you know, in the moment, and you know, is not low pro whatsoever, and he's always constantly, you know, getting caught up because, you know, he doesn't know how to do shit right. You know what I mean? He's, you know, always, you know, getting into some shit, making it all obvious, you know. Someone that just doesn't know how to be slick, right? Believe it or not, they do exist. You know, there's homies that are just reckless, super reckless. You know, whether they're drunk or on drugs or whatever, but they just they don't know how to do the jales. You know what I mean? You know, the one that no one wants to go do the jale with that fool, because that fool will get us all caught up, because that fool just doesn't know how to do the jales. Yeah, those kind of crash dummies, right? So they're constantly in and out of jail. Obviously, they're from the hood, you know, and obviously they're respected just like any other member because they're from the bottom and they're putting in work, you know what I mean? So obviously, you know, they're going to have that respect, even though some homies may not, you know, want to go, you know, with him to go do the hottest and shit like that. But you know when they say they're going to do the hottest, you know that, yeah, that fool's going to get caught up. But they're obviously from the hood and respected and stuff like that nonetheless. Now, the other ones is, like I said, the ones who are not from the hood, but kick it with the hood. Everyone has those individuals who are not from the barrio, but they kick it with the barrio. You know what I mean? They're always with the neighborhood, chilling, you know what I mean? You'll catch them in the pictures también. And you know, some homies may consider that vato part of the neighborhood, but he's not from the hood, you know what I mean? He just chills. The only way to be a part of the hood is if you're from the hood, if you actually get in. Now, is he respected by the neighborhood? Yeah, those homies are respected by the vibe. I'm not saying that the whole entire vibe respects them or that they have to be respected. Just those who he grew up with and those who, you know, who know him like that, you know, they'll have his back and they'll respect the individual. It's not mandatory, but, you know, out of, you know, because it's a camarada, they go, you know, they go obviously, you know, right for homie, you know. So they are respected individuals, you know what I mean? Now, they have no say-so in neighborhood politics. They have no say-so in, you know, what could be done or what shouldn't be done or about how they have no say-so in none of that. Only people from the barrio have a say-so in that. You know, so they should know when not to meddle into things, because you do have sometimes that you have to bring them back to life, back to reality. Se les va la onda, you know. They start thinking that they're from the neighborhood, and it's like, whoa, my boys, if you keep, you know, continuing with what you're saying, we're gonna have to jump your ass in right now. Other than that, shut up. You know, and like I said, people that are not from the neighborhood shouldn't even be hearing neighborhood business, you know, for certain reasons. It's kind of like the saying, you know, the scapegoat one where, you know, people, you know, use him and he's the one that you hand all the illegal stuff to and let him get caught up and stuff like that. That I know of, that doesn't exist in actual Hispanic gangs. I don't know about other neighborhoods, but in Hispanic gangs that I know of, it doesn't exist. You're not going to take somebody who's not from your barrio to go do a jale, you know, even though there is individuals that do that, which I think is the most dumbest thing you could ever do. If he's not from your barrio, don't take him to do the jale. Because if you guys get caught, that fool's gonna flip on you guys. And you guys can't even be mad that he ends up telling on you guys, because why did you take somebody who's not from the neighborhood to go do something like that? To go do a jale, right? Why would you do that? So you can't even be mad. You could only be mad at yourself now that you're busted, homie. Because you took somebody who's not from the barrio to go do a jale and expecting him to stay solid and stay down and don't say nothing and to write it out. My boy, he didn't ask to be a part of this life. He didn't ask to be, injected in all of this shit. So of course they're gonna tell. You know what I mean? And they have every right to. They're just civilians. Civilians have every right to telling is only, a snitch is only if you're a part of the, organization and you agree to do something illegal and then you flip on them, right? Because you had a partnership, you agreed to something, you're part of a group. So then now you're telling on them. That is snitching. So if they belong to no criminal organization, if they're not a part of nothing and they didn't agree to nothing, then they're allowed to talk to law enforcement and they won't be seen as a snitch. He's a civilian. That's what they're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be taking these people to go do this shit. So don't be mad at him, be mad at yourself. You know what I mean? You'll be taking people that are not from the barrio to go do shit like that. You know what I mean? You only go with people from the barrio, you know what I mean? And, the least amount of people, the better. And don't make it obvious and don't tell nobody and just, man, bro. But I don't know why individuals want to take everybody and their mother to go do something, and then they do something in front of all these witnesses. I don't know why. And then they wonder how they get locked up. Like, damn, dog, I don't know how they found out it was me, my boy. Somebody had a snitch. Could have not been none of the 30 motherfuckers you took with you who are not from the barrio. I'm just saying. Maybe one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's goofy stuff. No one's supposed to know. Hey, what are you guys talking about? Oh, nothing. No. Wait, where are you guys going? No, we're not going nowhere. We'll be back. And then when you guys come back, you don't say nothing. Don't talk about it. No one ever has to talk about nothing, ever. Motherfuckers come back and they want to tell the whole world. Hey, you know what I just did right now, homie? I just caught the enemiga sleeping, mama. And then, fuck, fool. I don't know how they caught us, dog. I don't know how they found me, my boy. Like, shit, dog. I think it was my Eva or my uncle. Like, weirdo ass fools. You know what I mean? It's like all this shit is told to them, not to take nobody, be discreet and everything, and they do the opposite. And it's like, motherfucker, like, you knew, like, I don't know why you still decided to do it the other way, like, you know what I mean? But like I said, so at least that I know of, that doesn't exist. Well, at least in my heart, it doesn't exist where you're gonna be, you're gonna be giving that fool, a strap to run or some shit like that. Like, nah. As a matter of fact, you don't even want to show the heat to nobody who's not from the barrio. You know what I mean? That way, if the cops, want to question him, yeah, he may say that you have a gun on you, whatever, but he's not going to be able to describe the type of gun that it is. So it could be all speculation. Even if let's say homie throws it, they didn't find it on him, so he could at least argue to the jury that well, he did. How could he say that I had a gun if he doesn't even know what kind of gun I had, And they didn't find it on me. They found it on the ground. How do I know that gun wasn't already there? At least they have a fighting chance like that, you know what I mean? So that's why you don't show heat to nobody and shit like that, right? But individuals, I don't know. They're just... you get what I'm saying? That's why it's only kept between the neighborhood, because these are people who agreed to this and who has an oath to oblige by and shit like that, right? These people don't. So to try to hold these people to the same rules and values and standards is stupid. That's the reason why they're not a part of the neighborhood, bro. Because they weren't just built for that, you know what I mean? That's the reason why you're from the hood and they're not. That's the reason why they don't want to be a part of the neighborhood. So why would you take a person who doesn't want to be a part of the neighborhood because he knows he's not built for it like this, you know what I mean? To go do a crime and then you guys get caught and then you expect him to write it out and stay solid. What the fuck? I'm just saying, but overall, like, it doesn't exist like that. But that's just my breakdown on, the crash dummies. Like, they don't exist, like, at least in, like, Hispanic neighborhoods in the South. Then you do have some that are referred like that, who are always getting caught up and stuff like that, but they're actually from the hood, so yeah, they are respected. So I hope I answered your question right there, you know what I mean? What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Channel, we out.